Hello, down here from Eflowtion. Welcome to 2022, a brand new year and a happy new year, or just a start of a new year for some, or a recovery of a new year for some. I did an EFT tapping on setting New Year's resolutions. It was saying that it's kind of like a promise of self-love to oneself. To actually achieve a new person takes a form of discipline, in the sense of the word being a pupil, relearning new behaviors to become a new person, to restore oneself. Now, I wanted to explore it a little bit further, because there is another way you can actually look at setting a New Year's resolution, and that is in the actual word resolution, because I did sort of say you need to be resolute as far as like having a discipline to actually relearn something, because discipline being the Latin root meaning pupil, to relearn something or unlearn old behaviors. But if we look at resolution and break it down even a little bit more, we have and solution. Now, given any problem that we have in our life, hopefully we are working towards resolving it, having a solution to the problem. And when we look at the solution part, we have this issue or a behavior or something that we want to address in our life. So we've got a problem and we need a solution. There's also the re part, which can mean back again, anew, start again, recycle, these sorts of things, restore, rebalance. So when it comes to a re-solution to something is, or at least how I view it, is, and being an INFJ, I'll use a metaphor. So I like to watch a lot of restoration videos. It's like kind of like my meditation thing, where I will actually watch people restoring like rusty old irons, whatever it is, electronics, restoring something that was good at one stage, and then life happened to it. It got a bit rusty, it got a bit worn down, and these restoration people come along and restore it back to its original condition. So what I mean by looking at resolution as in and solution is that the solution was always there. It's just life happened. It added a bit of rust, it added a bit of scrapes, a few cuts, a few grazes. And our solution is to treat ourselves with self-love and self-care to actually just restore or recover oneself. Because when we look at the word recover, it means that something was once lost and we're now finding it again. So some of these resolutions could be a way to assert to oneself or to recover oneself those parts that probably got a bit broken along the way. Doesn't mean that you are broken. It just means that we need to scrape off some rust to get back to our original selves again. Now, I won't sit down this time to do the EFT because we've got a bit of a wet seat. So I'll put it up here and I'll do it standing. So, taking full responsibility for your own well-being, we'll do an EFT tapping on rediscovering our solution. Even though I'm setting this New Year's resolution, I am resolving a problem that has happened in my life. I still love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though there's been so many issues and life has happened, I feel a bit worn down, I feel a bit rusty, but I'm open to scraping back that rust and restoring myself. I still love, forgive, and accept myself, even though there's a new year. I'm going to restore the old me, the me before the problems that required a solution. I still love, forgive, and accept myself. This New Year's resolution, this solution, all these issues all these issues in my life, all these problems that require a solution, that require me to be resolute, to find a new year and a new me. But is it a new me? Am I rediscovering a new me? Am I returning to the old me? The old me that had love. And love for myself, had hopes and dreams, and a solution for my life. But sometimes life happens. I get a few cuts and bruises. I get a few experiences that start to wear me out and wear me down. And after some time, I start to forget who I am, or who I was going to be in life. And I get encased in rust, or I get encased in fear. And sometimes this wears me out. It makes me believe that I don't deserve. But I've been deserving all along. It's just I've been carrying the weight of these experiences that have worn me out. So really there's been a part of me that has been there all along, crying to reach out, needing that attention, needing that self-love, and saying, I've been here all along. I've been waiting for you to recover me, so I can be me again. The authentic me. And just scraping off this rust. Letting go of these experiences that have held me back in life, or at least weighed me down in life. Gives me a new me, then a new me it is. Or I might be just returning to authenticity, returning to my true self, the self free of expectations of others, the self free of the demand of others, and the self free of the demands and expectations put upon myself. I'm going to treat myself with self-love. I'm going to treat myself with respect. I'm going to be a good teacher to myself, to unlearn the ways that wore me down and kept me from being me. I've been me all along. I've just had to do what I had to do. There's nothing wrong with that. But is it really me? I'm returning to me. I'm resolving the issues in my life. A new year, a recovered me. I'm recovering myself. I'm finding that part of myself again that deserves self-love in mind, body, and spirit. Just taking a deep breath in. Breathing that air out. So yeah, sometimes when we look at a resolution, it's not an additional stress to probably what is already being stressful in our lives. It's looking at what is actually the problems in our life to actually come up with a solution. And sometimes those solutions means addressing those issues and returning to that which brings you joy, which brings you happiness, which we all are born in a state of, as babies, we're born in a state where we are shaped by the world, but we can also find ourselves by looking at what is of value to us and what brings us joy and happiness, and not only to ourselves, but to everyone around. So if that resonates with you and you're interested in recovering oneself, then definitely book in for a session at Eflowtion for EFT Tapping and Soma Breath. And come in the new year, I'll be starting a TRE course. So hopefully by the end of the year, I can also offer TRE, which is tension release exercises or trauma release exercises, which involve shaking of a different type. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion. Enjoy your new year, enjoy your new self, and I hope that we can all find peace within ourselves, because when we find peace within ourselves, and peace on earth actually becomes a bit more feasible. It all starts with oneself. So have a good New Year's.